specific artifact gear for Shadowbringers, and it's his outfit. It just doesn't have the modesty panels. And I'm just like, whose idea was it to put the fucking modesty panels on and deny us the side boob?
You know, is Urianger. He's like, I can't. It's too slutty for me.
They wouldn't get any work done, I guess. They don't.
The
I'll
stream
just be
has
looking.
started.
Shit.
Hello, everyone.
We're just talking about how hot Urianger thinks he is.
Yes. It's a very important topic of conversation, and I'm
and
glad.
how hot we think he is.
I honestly forgot about the countdown.
I was
all
just
good.
like, wait, why is there text on the screen? Why is Martin smiling at me?
I'm a
Hi.
cheeky monkey. Hello,
yeah, nobody
everyone.
got to warn us.
I thought it was fun listening to Soupy enthuse about Urianger.
I got a lot to say.
A lot
About
of
his fair
enthusiasm.
features.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to a Friday. Weird, right? We're
Yeah.
streaming
Yeah.
on Friday. Well, the reason for that, of course, is that Wednesday was a day off Twitch, which was very important as people were trying to get Twitch to be accountable for a lot of the way they failed minority streamers who are getting attacked by hate
Yeah.
raids and the like. So we took part in that. And so we didn't stream Phoenix Wright Wednesday, which is our usual day. But today we're going to be streaming it. And yes, Void Adept, I have trimmed my beard a little bit. Thank you for noticing. You've gazed upon these fair features before. We're playing Phoenix Wright.
Now Soupy has a crush on you.
We're playing Trials and Tribulations.
Soupy's like, be calm, be calm.
Like, oh no.
We're
Not
playing-
another white
I
man.
hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
But we're playing more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations, and we're starting the first court section of this last case of the game, which is a big deal to me, because as we've mentioned many times, I've never played a lot of these, anything past 2. So
Yeah,
all
we're
this,
so close to finishing the first trilogy.
yeah, I've never done that before. So this is a big achievement for me, and then we're going to go on into the future Phoenix Wright games, or even
Yeah.
the investigations games.
I'm excited too, because I haven't, like, when did this game come out? 2008?
I think so, around there.
Yeah, that's the last time I fucking touched it.
2007, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I 7.
It's been more than 10 years.
Yeah, either way, it's been a long ass time, and I'm really glad that we've finally sat down and played this together.
Yeah.
I am excited as well. Before we jump right into it, and before I introduce my amazing co-hosts, I want to thank people for following. We got Selfie Clark, Lieutenant Shanks, Kite Star, OG Cody 999, Valen 23, Maximilian, Pup Tent Pie, the Born Main, and Almighty Lewis or Louis. Thank you for following, and Stolas, thank you for hosting. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the cheeky host there. Okay. I'm also joined, of course, on our intrepid lawyer adventure, which now includes prosecutors, because, of course, we're playing as Edgeworth at the moment. Speaking of Edgeworth, they are voicing Edgeworth in our playthrough. I'm joined by Marin Miller. Hi, Marin.
Hello, it is I, Marin M. Miller, here with updates. First off, I gotta plug my signing tomorrow with Ben Diskin and Laura Post on Twitch. My Twitch is Marin Miller VO. And if you tune in, I think we're doing 1 to 3 p.m. PST. We're going to be signing prints that people have bought on my Streamly, which Martin has just linked. I've got all sorts of awesome prints, and they all just came in yesterday, and they're all so fucking gorgeous. Holy shit, the Enkidu and Gilgamesh print with all the little holographic, the little fluttery things. It looks so good. It looks so fucking good. And I can't wait to put them all up on my wall. But got 7 Deadly Sins, got Fate Zero, Fate Grand Order, Little Witch Academia, Fire Emblem, of course, and Hades is up there. So take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow, buy my prints. I need to pay bills. Thank you. Thank you.
But don't take my word for it.
Don't take my word for it. Ask all the artists I just paid. Oh, but I was telling Soupy and Martin, apparently because of one of the commission that I gave this one artist, they were able to quit their job and find a better one. So hooray. I'm very happy about that.
Hell yeah.
And I'm
Fight
trying
power.
Yes. And I'm trying to think. Oh, gay update. Very important gay update. So There is a fan fiction I've talked about before called The Folly of Youth that I really like. It's written by The Pursuit on AO3. They're a friend of mine, who also did the Enki-Du and the Kingu and Gilgamesh print. Fantastic work. But they just released a side chapter for their main fic, which is The Folly of Youth, and it's called The Risk Taker. And this is a Klapalo smut. It's a one shot, and it's let me see how long it is. Because 14,000 words. So 14,000 words of sodomy just for you. um but yeah, so I absolutely I loved it. I read it yesterday. I devoured it. And also I finished writing my own fan fiction, or I finished writing chapter 1. And it's not going to be published until chapter 2 is well through. So enjoy waiting. But yeah, anyway, that's all I have to say. Sorry for the
Oh no,
rambling.
absolutely. Take whatever time you need. That's what this
Also-
first part is for.
Also, if I can address volcanic ash soaps.
Oh yes, I was going to read that
Comments.
out, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess I'll read it out.
Sure.
Marin, if Fate Strange Fake ever gets an anime and that anime gets dubbed, I'd love to see you play the real Enkidu so you can really indulge in that character's nuances and differentiations. I know I've said that before, plus with the master of Enkidu being best boy, it's true. Oh, he is best boy because he's a dog. You can have that small indulgence.
Kelly.
So I am really excited about Fate Strange Fake. I've been like kind of picking at the manga through totally legal sources. But sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. But well, I'm doing character research, okay? But I got really excited when I found out because I was like, this must be the first time Enkidu shows up in Fate Grand Order. I don't know. But anyway, so I was just curious about like if there was any more work on the horizon. So, but there actually was an animated trailer released. I forget the company that did it. But there was an animated trailer released of Fate Strange Fake. I want to say January of last year, or maybe even this year. So if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. And I think Enkidu does pop up for like a brief second. A1 Productions, that's right. It looks really neat though. Anyway, sorry, that's enough about me.
It's all good. And I'll read Wildfire VV's message real quick. Thank you for the 5 bits. Martin looks so proud that it's making my heart do an awe thing. I am very proud of Marin.
Aw.
Marin's a force of nature, in my opinion, and it's about time that people recognized their potential. All right, but we're also joined by our Phoenix Wright ace attorney aficionado and fantastic friend, Soupy. Hi, Soupy.
Hi. Hope everybody's doing well today. I just realized I think we haven't had a Friday stream since Turnabout Big Top.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's right, because we had to get through
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Was that when we stopped doing the 3 streams?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
I think we just wanted to get through that one as fast as possible, and then I think we went back to 2 for
Makes sense.
the last case.
All right.
Yeah, we were we were also like trying to figure out what to do about investigations yesterday too. We were like, do we want to try and do a rush playthrough?
Maybe we'll see once we see what the pacing's like, because it's not like clearly defined sections like
You're
these
right.
cases are.
Okay. Well, speaking of defined sections, recapping the previous events of this case, essentially what's happened is Phoenix has gone to this temple in the mountains where he believed someone who resembled or someone who might have been a former
Lover.
we say lover, but there's no evidence that any love really took place.
Yeah, I mean, he
Vague
loved her.
ex-girlfriend vibes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ex-girlfriend?
I hate to use the phrase because it's kind of derogatory, but crazy ex-girlfriend of his.
I mean, I feel like it fits the situation. So
She certainly fits the crazy part. He
Yes.
thought Dahlia Hawthorne, who has murdered many people, I say many, but more than one.
That's more than enough.
It's plenty.
Yeah.
He
I
thought
personally
that
haven't murdered
One
more
is
than
already a lot.
Yeah.
one is a big number in that case, yeah. He thought she was at this temple, and so he went with Pearls. Wait, was it Pearls who was going? Was it Maya?
Maya's doing the training.
Right, Maya is in the
Pearls
inner.
is too young.
Maya's in the inner sanctum doing special training. Meanwhile, Phoenix was like, "I'm gonna nosy about. I'm gonna see what's going on here. See if there's anything sus happening, as the kids say." And it turned out something was going on, because not only did he reunite with Laurice Donim, Larry Butts, who is trying to remake himself and has fallen head over heels for, what's her name?
Iris.
Iris.
Yeah.
Iris, and what's her surname?
She doesn't have a last name.
Oh, okay. He's fallen head over heels for Iris, who was the girl that Phoenix thought was his crazy ex-girlfriend. But Iris seemed to have no real specific memory of that, although she did have a bunch of psyche locks that suggested that Phoenix and her did have a past together. Anyway, in the process of investigating, Phoenix encountered the dead body of Donim. What's her name?
Elise Donim.
Elise Donim, who is a children's author, a author of children's novels. That's very popular, I think.
Yes.
They seem to be pretty popular. She had been killed.
well off.
She had been killed. Her body was found under a statue with the sword that had many different blades.
Chi-Chi.
Shichishito.
Shichishito.
7-pointed sword.
Seven-pointed
Chi-Chi
sword.
is 7. Nana is 7. Chi-Chi is 7.
That makes sense, right?
Shichishito.
And he found her dead body, and then he realized that Maya was still over in the inner sanctum thing, the inner temple, the secret side temple that they have. And he tried running across a burning bridge, which had been set on fire, we think, by lightning. That seems to be the implication.
Yes.
But the bridge collapsed, of course, and he fell like an idiot. And now he's in hospital. And so Edgeworth, of all people, has had to show up and represent Phoenix. Not represent Phoenix.
Iris.
And
he chartered a private jet to get here.
He did, of all the things. And the reason Iris is being accused is because... why is she being accused?
Because Bikini saw her.
Yeah.
Bikini saw her, okay.
The bikini lady saw her.
All right.
We also found out last time that Miles Edgeworth loves Star Wars.
Yes. He had some opinions on midi-chlorians.
Yeah.
I like that we have just projected this whole relationship with Star Wars onto him from just saying the word midi-chlorians.
Yes, we decided that
If he
Edgeworth...
knows what those are, then he's a nerd.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, only the nerds remember that word, honestly.
We decided that Phoenix and Miles went to see Attack of the Clones together as kids.
Yeah, and they fall in love like Padme and the other one, Anakin.
Anna Paquin.
Who do you? Oh, and we said that Phoenix was Padme. Yes,
That sounds
Phoenix is
right.
Padme.
I think so, right?
Yeah, because he's like, no, don't turn to the dark side, Annie. And then Edgeworth is like,
and then we also said that Phoenix also birthed Apollo and Trucy and then died.
yep, right out his butt.
And now we need that Padme and Anakin meme where Anakin is like, I'm going to update the autopsy. And Padme says, to help me win the case, right? And then it's just Miles going, to help me win the case, right? But yes, also important to note is that Larry, after interrogating him as Edgeworth, we learned that Larry has he's taken over a little house, a little hut next to the bridge.
Yeah, the little shack for losers.
Yeah, the shack for losers. And also Maya is still stuck across the bridge, but nobody can reach her because there's a storm. But we're not that worried, apparently.
And also nobody's seen Pearl in like a day.
Where is she?
She's just there.
Nobody's that worried about these children.
Yeah, that's true. We ended the day not knowing where this girl
it's
is.
not my kid.
She's probably in the temple, though. Let's be real.
You think?
Still though, nobody's seen her.
Yeah,
I think
nobody's seen her.
Even Bikini was like, I can't find her.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she must be in the temple. That's
She must
like
be, she
that
must be
bitch
doing
went over to
something.
sneak over. Yeah.
She's fine.
Was there anything else
She's
we learned?
fine.
We questioned people about the lightning. I remember doing that because they were like, could you see the lightning? And also the body had bruises on it consistent with a fall of 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and then Iris was supposed to go over to the inner temple across the bridge that night, but she didn't go because she got a threatening letter and it turned out to be from Larry.
Yeah, Larry
Right.
threatening to confess his love.
He was threatening to confess that he loves her, which obviously
No,
was.
he was threatening to confess her love.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'll tell he's like, I'll tell everyone your secret that you're in love with me.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah. He's a fucking moron.
He's dumb.
Good grief.
Piece of shit moron.
All right, I'm glad we have the Larry theme. Vampiro, thank you for the 100 bits. How could she have seen her? Wasn't she too busy watching Advent Children to have seen what had happened?
That's true.
That's a good point. That is a long movie and it requires a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Also, Larry had even more locks on him. That's right, Dark Jade. After all the effort spent breaking through the last ones.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we didn't break through those ones, did we?
Nope. Edgeworth just gave up. He was like, I'll fucking deal with this in court. I don't have time for this shit.
Right.
I'm tired. I chartered a private jet.
That's fair. I'm on
Now I have to defend people.
He's like, I have a 5-star hotel room waiting for me. I'm gonna go take a bubble bath and think about this.
Oh
Grumpy
my
bubble
god. In the beginning of case, it's not spoilers really. In the beginning of case 4 of Great Ace Attorney, I love when they're talking about the hotel and then they're like, but it costs 3 whole pounds. It's so expensive. We're going to spend all of our money.
That's funny. Almond5678, thanks for the 10 bits. Having Larry threaten to confess to you, that's terrifying. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right.
And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 100 bits. To find pearls should be really easy. Just shout out someone else besides Phoenix loves Maya, and she should show up ready to kill.
That's like that meme. Hang on a second.
And Wildfire Vivi, thank you for the 15 bits. I hope no one minds, but I have a gay update of sorts. My favorite gay ship, which was confirmed canon, yay,
What?
has had a multi-fan artist music collaboration released. It was a massive campaign on Twitter and includes some of my favorite artists. I'm so proud of everyone involved and just wanted to share. Well, congrats. That's awesome
You
to
can't
hear.
say that and not tell us what the fucking ship is.
That's a rare thing to get your ship confirmed.
Sounds
Spill
like
the beans.
sounds
I
like we
want to
gotta
ship
hear-
it.
Yeah.
we
What's
gotta
the
hear
ship?
What ship is it?
Like, that's the... If it's gay, I want to know.
Especially if it's canon gay.
Speaking of
Right.
ships, we are close to... Oh, it's true. It could be spoilers.
Oh,
a
from
Critical Role.
Role.
Okay. Can't say I've ever heard an episode of Critical Role myself, but...
Same. It's like,
Congrats.
I really want to. I keep hearing it's so good, but like,
Yeah.
I can't pay attention that long.
Yeah. I'm really bad at Like, I don't want to say I'm a bad listener, but I am bad at listening.
I'm a bad listener.
Yeah, same.
I like podcasts where it's just improvisational comedy and chatter, and I don't have to actually pay attention because I know they'll probably move on to something else in a minute. But when I have I've tried listening to linear narrative podcasts and I suck at that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like I just forget everything like that happened an episode ago. That's why I struggle to recap these, the Phoenix Wright things.
Yeah, like when you started the recap, I was like, oh my God, what did happen last time? I don't remember.
The art for Critical Role is always amazing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
can't
the fan
believe they've got
works.
an animated series coming and they've got
I know.
multiple
Oh, wow.
comics coming.
Man, it's just crazy because, like, I just remember being a 16-year-old girl and writing Liam O'Brien and being like, I like you. And he's like, okay, honey. And now he's like fucking crazy famous. I
Yeah.
interviewed that motherfucker from my school newspaper.
That motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
I
Who
one
would have known
time
that we both
met
would end
him.
up here?
I met him, and the only interaction I really had with him that I remember is him being like, this is the guy. He leans over to Sam Riegel, and he's like, this is the guy who I have to keep saying Gara of the Funk because of this guy. And I was like, I had to explain, that's not me. I didn't make that joke.
That was at that Florida con.
Yeah.
And was that where there was a pigeon in the restaurant and then Liam like got up and was like chasing it with his phone?
I think it was, yes. The outside restaurant that we sat down in.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. I feel like we're ready to proceed with the court case. If you guys want to jump into the game.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. One more thing I think you missed in the recap. Who was going to be the prosecutor? Didn't Godot get kidnapped? Did Godot get kidnapped?
He didn't get kidnapped. He's just like nobody's been able to contact him yet.
Yeah.
Not kidnapped though.
Who kidnapped him?
Girl kidnapped him.
Phoenix is
It
homeless.
makes sense. Phoenix is homeless. Godot is kidnapped by Pearl.
Yeah. It's
Gumshoe.
a disaster.
Gumshoe doesn't have weenies.
Gumshoe lives in Compton.
Ooh, somebody did like a fan art little sketch of Gumshoe the other day, and I was very happy.
Aw. Gumshoe doesn't get enough fan art.
He doesn't. Everyone draw Gumshoe right now and send it to me. I'm so bratty. I demand.
All right.
Draw a gumshoe, send it to Marin, or pay the price.
February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
We're number 1. Oh my god, I'm Iris as well. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my, Mr. Lorice feels that way about me?
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all.
Edgeworth, why are you going around telling everybody that Larry likes them?
He's like, girl, watch
he's
the
just
fuck
like-
out.
He's just like, isn't that disgusting?
You need to beware because this man had your portrait on a poster already slapped on
loser
the
shack.
side of this shack. And like, if that's what you want out of a marriage, then fine. But I don't. Anyway, this is no time to be embarrassed.
Rock Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. Here's hoping I don't have Dahlia nightmares after this again. I remember you saying you had nightmares about Dahlia.
You might.
Oh, I hope you don't.
Yeah, it's just like Mike Meekins traumatizing someone over and over again.
We just show him the video every single time. I forgot about that joke.
There's a reason he
That'd be
never
funny
came back.
if like.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if, like, we ran into him on the street and we're like, oh, hey, Mike, hang on. And we pull up our phone and we
Pull
have
up
the
our
video
phone.
on our phone.
Mean.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out. I will drag it out him.
I will drag it
kill
out
him.
him.
I
Derek
will
Anthony,
drag
thank
him out. I
thank you
will
for the
out
10
him
bits. Does she
in
have
drag.
gray? Does she have gray in her hair, or is it the light reflecting off of it? I'm pretty sure it's the light.
I think it's just the light, yeah.
Yeah, it's black hair with
Just
like, a
excessively
silver
shiny
highlight.
hair.
Yeah.
Does that mean Mr. Lorice is the witness today?
Makes it easier to draw the details in her hair, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the braids. No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. His mother.
Sister Bikini.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime.
Dots.
I just want to ask you one more time. Bitch! It really wasn't you who killed Ms. Elise Donim, was it?
That is correct. It was not me.
Edgeworth phrased that in a weird way. He was like, "It really wasn't you, was it?" And she says, "That's right."
Yeah, right. He's like,
That's
I
right,
don't
it
know how to
was not me.
respond.
It was not was me. Very well then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yeah.
Everyone's expecting Advent Children references, but there's so much bullshit in that movie that I don't know what I would pick.
I
We're
know, right?
usually just saying Sephiroth.
Yeah. I don't remember enough about it to make some really specific jokes.
It just
When I
feels
think of
like a-
Advent Children, all I can think about is that gif of Sid where he's like
The
supposed to be like
banana.
twirling around his spear, but it's a banana. That's
Ooh,
all I-
that's
that's all I remember.
Pretty fan art.
Did you say this line?
I don't know. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that is pretty.
I was looking at fan art.
We got distracted.
We got distracted by library kisses.
You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed,
Don't worry. I've taken the necessary steps. All 12 of them.
I'm wearing a bald cap and they'll never recognize me.
A bald cap and a jockstrap to hide my enormous pee-pee.
The judge would recognize me by my dong in an instant.
The silhouette of my sheep.
I've got to stop wearing gray sweatpants in the courtroom.
And I removed my codpiece. Ow! Ow, it hurt my face.
Hi, Anok Devi. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. If Bikini is going to be there, does that mean her ex-husband Mo the Clown would be in the audience?
Do you think the judge is like, Kuwabara, Kuwabara? Oh. He just hogged up to
hope not.
He walks up to Miles. He's like, "Hello, old friend." Grabs him by the nuts.
Well, this judge is like Kuwabara, eh? For these Canadians.
Shit.
Oh.
All right, you have.
Okay.
Iris, calm down.
Volcanic Ash Soap dropping some opinions on Tetsuya Nomura there, saying that he wishes that he wouldn't work on Final Fantasy products. I personally don't have any strong feelings because I like Advent Children, but not that attached to Final Fantasy.
As of like Kingdom Hearts after Kingdom Hearts 2, I agree with this.
I mean, yeah, like Kingdom Hearts is kind of a. Even 2, I'm like, eh.
And didn't he work on the Final Fantasy VII remake too?
Yes.
I feel like that's also kind of why I don't really like it that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he's a great artist, and like the character designs are cool and everything. But
yeah,
I don't know how I feel about him as a storyteller.
I'm just glad that they handed Final Fantasy 16 to Yoshi P.
Right.
Oh shit, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I'm very excited about that game.
Oh,
I hope we still get to carpool with our friends.
You know, you can. I think it's this month sometime. You can buy the car in Final Fantasy 14 at the Gold Saucer.
Oh shit!
And that's
bunny
a 4-person
boy.
mount. So
my bunny boy, he's gonna have so many friends.
Rock Rulin, thanks for the 10 bits. Trial starts. Random guy in the audience. Hey, isn't that prosecutor Miles Edgeworth?
It's Phoenix.
It's his huge dick.
No, I'm Thanatos. Death himself. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. To doubt people.
Volcanic Ash Soap had me look up Tetsuya Nomura's Batman design.
I want to look it up.
It doesn't even look like Batman. No, it just looks ridiculous. I mean, I wasn't going to show it, but
then
feel
I'll
free to
look
Google
it.
Honestly, I'm looking.
Batman.
It looks more like a Final Fantasy summon than a person.
I was going to say that's Final Fantasy Batman, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, like, I feel like in his early days, because he worked on Final Fantasy VII originally.
I think
as a
so,
designer. Yeah. Like, he's been a part of the company forever, so to say that he sucks is, like, not fair to his previous body of work, I feel. But, you know, as for, I definitely agree that he has big ideas that maybe should be contained. How about that?
He did design one character for the Final Fantasy 14, like the Shadowbringers raids. And, like, you can tell that character was designed by him.
I can't wait.
It's kind of like, what's his name? He made Neil Blomkamp. Like, he made District 9, and I can't not give him credit. That's a great movie. But now, these days, you look at what he's doing, and you're like, what are you doing? Stop.
Yeah.
You need some help. You need somebody to rein you in a little bit.
Yeah. It's a shame. I really was interested in Elysium, but...
Yeah, Quilled, I definitely trimmed my hair.
And Chappie. Like, all of his ideas are really good. But
Chappie was
I just am not a fan of
awful.
the execution. But right now, I am a defense attorney.
Also had that same thing happen from the last time.
Whoops! A defense attorney's job is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter end. That's what a friend of mine told me once.
Batman.
A dear and indispensable friend.
Mr. Edgeworth.
That's gay, Mr. Edgeworth.
That's really fucking gay, dude.
You may pass judgment on me from the defendant's chair. You are the one to decide. Am I gay?
Or European.
Or European. Whether or not I am able to do the task I have been entrusted.
The answer's gay and European.
Ah, very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Nomura's Batman kind of looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh summon. Definitely from like the later shows, like maybe a 5Ds or even a GX summon. Like he could be an elemental hero. February 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 7. I wonder if any of the cases have started at any other time, if they started late or anything. Or are they always at 10
I don't
a.m.?
remember. Yeah, I don't
Maybe
remember.
the one where Franziska got shot.
But she
Could be.
didn't she get shot like the day before the case or something?
No, like right as she
That
was stepping up to
morning.
the courthouse.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She got shot, yeah.
Where's my opponent?
What up? What
He'll
up?
show up.
What up?
Court
what
is now in
up?
session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Well,
Look at
Sadib
me.
says Great Ace Attorney cases take place at different times. I guess that's because they probably weren't as strictly scheduled back then.
Yeah, they hadn't invented clocks yet.
And they didn't, like...
So it's
they-
really just as soon as everybody showed up.
It
I
wasn't-
learned something about, because, I always wondered how people would get up for work back in the day. Apparently, it was like police officers' jobs to walk around and tap people's windows.
Oh yeah, they just have like a really big stick. And they just like tap their windows. to
Be
wake them
rude
up.
for a living.
Yeah.
I had no
God, I
idea.
wish that was me. But then I'd have to be awake in the morning. So
Right? Or you just stay up all night and then pass out after you
Yeah.
wake everybody else up.
Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 100 bits fried chicken. Not sure what that is. Like... All right, did you
Defense
say
is
this?
honor. The defense is honor. You're ready.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
What if it's just the judge? He pops up in the prosecution.
Always wanted to try this.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. Or in fact, I'm not sure I like such blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case.
yeah, that's 100% what that means.
It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin.
We won, guys. We won the game.
Yeah, we did it.
I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court finds the defendant.
Oh, she's there now. Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck you.
Hi, Belle.
Bad timing.
Sorry, Belle. We're not disappointed to see you. Oh my god.
Get out of here, Bill.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Someone should edit
Get
the
out
spy
of town.
of Edgeworth so it's wearing a disguise like sunglasses. And Armon5678, thank you for the 10 bits. No prosecution, defense wins by default. Now hang on, of all people, Franziska's going to recognize Edgeworth.
He
Yeah, but she's not
arranged
gonna
for
rat him
her.
out.
Oh,
He
right.
arranged for her to be there.
Oh, he
They're
did?
still siblings, and you don't rat out a sibling.
Yeah.
Okay. And Armon, thank you for the 10
And
bits.
also, she would not pass up this opportunity to try to beat his ass.
Kick his ass. Yeah.
That's true,
Yeah.
that's true.
The prosecution stands ready.
Armon, thanks for the 10 bits. Franziska is late to court. Penalty. And Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 10 bits. Playing the Great Ace Attorney, I wonder about all the people Herlock Sholmes sent to prison with his shitty deductions.
Right? He's ruined a lot of lives.
And
But he's
L-Train,
hot.
L-Train, thanks for the 10 bits. I think Bill just got whipped.
Oh.
All right.
And you are?
Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
PP? Von Karma, you say?
I do have a PP.
Perchance you wouldn't be any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma.
Never heard of him.
Perchance You wouldn't be able to shut your fucking mouth, would you? Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case.
You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things?
You're fucking senile.
You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
A racist,
Very hot
senile
prosecutor.
old man. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Does this mean a brother versus sister trial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say?
Dots. There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't? But I'm sure once before this...
I had told you there is no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom.
He's everyone that comes in
But bailiff,
on Twitch.
remove that whip.
I like the whip.
No, Miles.
Yeah.
Miles. I have
Well-
no objection to the whip.
Well, it means something to Edgeworth because Phoenix gave it to him at the end of the last game.
True.
Oh, for those of you who
so
don't
he-
know, Badinsis points out some people played this not realizing who this character is. For those of you who don't know, Franziska is essentially Edgeworth's sister of sorts,
Adopted sister.
Adopted
adopted
sister.
sister, yeah.
and she is also a prosecutor who was the kind of the antagonist prosecutor of the previous game. But she did have a character arc of sorts as well.
And then Phoenix was like, I gotta give him something to punctuate my feelings for him. And then he gave him that whip.
Yeah. Yep.
Almond5678, thank you for the 10 bits. The judge is fighting back. What is this madness? And Wildfire BB, thank you for the 10 bits. Considering that he was all over the papers as the demon prosecutor, surely everyone in the law community would know Miles. I agree, the judge is senile.
Yeah.
You don't?
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand to prove here today. Mixed it up, but I got there in the end.
You're talking to yourself a lot today.
I know.
This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you to slip what.
I will not allow this chance to crush you. Okay, so there is a missing two.
Yeah.
Slip through my fingers. Okay.
Man, there's been a lot of typos so far.
No, this isn't a typo. I will not allow this chance to
Oh.
crush you, which is the
Oh, to-
subject, and then slip through my fingers is what it would
Yeah.
do.
I feel like it would make more sense if it was allow you. I would not allow. You know what? I'm done.
Well, it's not going to slip through my fingers. I'm going to kick the shit out of you.
Kindle My Bonfire, thank you for subscribing. And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Does this mean she will use the whip on her own brother? Gosh. She probably
I
already
hope
did in the
like
previous
like
game.
she hasn't before.
She definitely has. Speaking as somebody who grew up with foster siblings, she definitely has. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. You know what grinds my gears?
This is some kinky shit.
The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
I like that Miles Edgeworth is the only person who is allowed to object to the whip. And if he chooses not to, then the judge just has to be put up with being beaten.
Yeah, right.
Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case.
The
With as
judges
little
are very easily bullied.
with as little whipping as possible.
The murder victim is the famed picture book author Miss Elise Donim.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Will we find out what happened to the regular judge? I think it's just not.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, this-
nothing out of the ordinary.
Just a different assignment.
Yeah, it had to work out this way so that Edgeworth could be undercover,
Would
so
not
to
be
speak.
caught.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
All right, we got that.
There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris.
I'm just gonna look at this photo real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
After all, there is a witness to her crime.
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and my last trial as a defense attorney.
Oh, he never had a trial as a defense attorney before?
No.
No, he went straight to being a prosecutor.
Oh, really? Didn't
Yeah,
he
he
said he
was-
wanted
Yep.
to be a defense attorney, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of his dad.
Right.
But then when he got adopted and brainwashed,
Yeah.
changed.
Kind of went through to the wayside.
Mhm.
Oh.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold on here. I'm not sure about not being sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight.
Oop.
If I recall correctly,
What a brilliant use of the sprite.
there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for witnesses with bad backs.
There have been children who didn't need this.
Right?
Somebody, let's go do the crate challenge. Come on,
Bailiff.
TikTok this.
Fetch
Who's
a,
on
cr-
TikTok?
fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
If you can't complete the crate challenge, you're guilty.
If you fall down, you get the death penalty. We're
To be
not
carried
even from the
out the
court.
same time that you fail it.
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Oh, I feel as small as a child, an Advent child, you might say. Little old me. Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 minutes. Are we sure this is not the work of a man with long silver hair and a black coat? Wait, what?
Well, we did say, look, it's Aerith.
And a
last
long
time.
sword.
Oh, Sephiroth.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we were like, Sephiroth did this.
Sorry.
Stabbed her through the back.
Azulmagia.
One thing, there's one fan art that has always stuck with me, like for, I want to say, it must be at least 10, 15 years. Somebody drew Sephiroth,
I
where it's
remember
like,
Sephiroth. Somehow I knew that's what it was going to be, too.
it's like, it's just Sephiroth, and he's got this beautiful flowing hair and the jacket and everything, and then it's just the two dots, like a colon on his face, and then a B, a capital B.
Yeah.
And it goes, F don triderif ida vehementif Sephiroth. Anyway, continue.
The Azulmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. I missed the glorious return of the Franz. I'm sorry. You might have to catch it in the VOD.
The Franz. Hey.
But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now.
Fucking pervert. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment.
I remember she was making some sort of garden metaphor in the last one, wasn't she?
I think that was Miles, actually.
Oh, really?
We both like gardens.
Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once.
That's a
You
screen cap that
disgusting.
should get some use.
You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. I'm a regular Tifa.
In any case, witness, keep your clothing on. I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Does this also mean that Maya is still stuck during this trial? Yes.
Yes, she is.
But we
Yeah.
assume she's fine.
Well, they are able to go get her today.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
What if we got to Bikini's testimony and instead of the regular testimony music, it was just the Final Fantasy VII battle theme?
Oh.
Or One Winged Angel. I'm down with that too.
Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Remember, I'm Canadian.
The night of the murder.
That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it.
Bet she wasn't wearing a bikini in
I-
the bathtub.
I had to bathe myself in water just like everybody does at the end of Advent Children in the church when they get healed from the geostigma.
And I had bad geostigma that night.
Real bad.
The stigma was acting up.
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Azulmagia says, could Phoenix Wright defeat Sephiroth in a court of law? Are we suggesting Sephiroth would be the guilty party? Or are we saying he'd be the prosecutor?
Is he the judge, the prosecution, the defendant? What is Sephiroth here?
So there's that one picture in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 where it's like She-Hulk is the judge and she like smashes the desk, and then Miles and Phoenix are like going to each other and holding each other for comfort. So I think Phoenix would like see Sephiroth and probably piss himself.
Just like one of my Japanese animes.
All right.
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
What's up? What's up? It's Miles Edgeworth's first cross-examination. Let's make some noise. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm your lawyer this morning. How's everyone doing today? My dad was a defense attorney. He fucking died in an elevator and it left me traumatized for the rest of my life. I was adopted by this woman's father and he fucking hated me. Yeah, let's make some history.
Kudo Saruki, thank you for resubscribing for 2 months. Let's see how Edgeworth handles his first defense, and I think you just heard. And Derek Anthony,
exciting.
Thank you for the 10 bits. She left something very important out of her statement. After the death, after the bath, she was going to watch Advent Children for the 20th time that day. That's difficult. That movie is more than 2 hours long. I don't know how she pulled that off 20 times.
Yeah. She has a highlight reel.
That's not the same.
I just love Kadaj.
Remember when Xander Mobus, famous voice actor, voice of Joker from Persona 5, was like, I've seen Cats so many times. And I said, how many times have you seen it? And he's like, well, I don't really watch the movie. I just watch the parts on YouTube that I like. And I was like, that's not the same Xander Mobus, the voice of Joker.
You just like, you need to be more like me, Martin Billity, who has seen Cats like 25 times.
It's rookie numbers.
In its entirety.
The Azulmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. I wonder how Gregory would feel about his son pretending to be a defense attorney.
Proud.
Probably, yeah.
All right, I guess we're pressing.
I think we can go ahead, because we have Iris's testimony, right? Where she says she didn't go to the inner temple.
Rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room.
Yeah, so I think there's a statement where she says she left Iris at the inner temple.
I do want to ask her about her back.
Yeah, go for it.
How are you feeling today?
I'm just saying we don't have to dilly-dally, shilly-shally on this one if we don't want to.
Violently.
That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training.
God, I understand that.
Whoa,
right. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again, Miles?
Did he provide that descriptor, or did she say that before?
I can't remember already.
I feel like
Right? Him saying the word fabulous like wiped my brain.
He's just trying to charm an old lady.
A lot of people keep asking why Bikini's chin is a butt. There's been at least 3 people, and I appreciate...
Some people just have butt chins, guys.
Some people do just have butt chins. Also, I feel like if you look hard enough at anything, it can look like a butt. That might just be me, though.
That is just you. Do you see a butt in that fist?
Yeah.
Do you see a butt on that finger?
Yeah, a little bit.
I can see that.
Do you see a butt on his face?
Always, yeah. He's an ass face.
That's not the question.
That one was too easy.
That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
Hey, if you see a butt in my face, Volcanic, that's fantastic. I take that as a compliment. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 minutes. I also forgot to say, after Advent Children, she also watches Pokemon the first movie, too. I don't know if that's a great double feature, because one of those movies suggests that, you know, it's not how the way you were born. I guess both of them do have the same theme, because Kadaj, etc. are just
Pokemon
offspring of
probably pulls it off
Sephiroth.
better.
What's that?
Pokemon probably pulls it off better.
I think you're probably right. Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 10 bits. Are we going to have Tilly ASMR session today? No, Tilly she's fast asleep on the couch right now.
For now.
For now. All right, so which one are we presenting it to?
Where she said she left Iris there. I think it was a couple of statements back.
Oh, sorry. Marin.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, my bad. There's indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are.
So which one was it? This one?
It's a couple statements in, I think.
Right here.
This one here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Azulmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Kadaj dies and is reborn as Mewtwo. It was a sequel all along. All right, present.
I have a very important update. Mozzarella got shaved.
Mozzarella.
I spent a lot of time yesterday morning and this morning trying to even out her coat.
I like that when Phoenix says objection in his face, it zooms in on his face. He's going like, he's doing the anime like, ah. But when Edgeworth goes objection, he's just sort of leaning in looking frowny.
That's because he's old and jaded now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 26 now, so he's almost dead.
Yeah.
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hazakura Temple. And I will never be a memory.
In that case, Ms. Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. Bitch, the discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the Ender Temple at all.
No, she said that?
A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose?
Who is more likely to burp? Whoever Marin is voicing.
The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that is completely illogical.
That's a PG way of saying cover her ass.
The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the Inner Temple would make for a much better alibi.
He just does
That
the
bitch.
mocking voice whenever there's something in quotations.
Yeah.
She went to the Inner Temple.
He's like, that's what you fucking sound like, Franziska. That's what you fucking sound like. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself.
They just have like big sibling energy.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. It would be funny if during the trial he forgets that he's a defense attorney and he slips back into prosecutor role. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me with Edgeworth.
We gotta pump the truth out of this.
All people lie. That is my belief.
Why am I the only one being whipped in here?
Because I like you.
Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. And
Fucking old bitch.
and your memory.
Your memory.
Dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you?
The judge is like, you still have rage faces on your phone.
Well, that isn't exactly what My
Who the fuck
memory.
says me gusta anymore?
My memory is perfect. Harlem Shake, etc. Crystal clear, especially in winter.
Success, baby. Insanity Wolf.
Dancingbaby.gif.
Advice dog.
Oh, really? Yeah, really? No way! Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Show me this fucking rage face. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive alone to think that my accusations against her memes would do the trick.
Hi, Fatty.
Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Like, comment, and subscribe to her testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination.
Wildfire Vivi, thank you for the 5 bits. Push him down, Bikini. Kick his ass like Tifa did to Laz. I mean, that didn't go well for Tifa, if you remember rightly.
Yeah.
Tifa lost that fight.
Like,
Miles
what
is
did
like,
to Tifa,
oh,
I guess.
stop, Bikini, stop. You're hurting me. You must stop.
All right, so did she update
I think we'll press this, maybe?
this first one? Isn't this the same
Uh,
statements? Oh, this is new.
Oh, that's the new one. Okay.
Press that.
I think she gave the hood to Phoenix before that, right?
Yeah,
So
present that.
yeah, so I think she gave it to him, but between dinner and supposedly going to the inner
Yeah,
temple. So
yeah, it
that's
was
probably it.
okay.
Because Phoenix should have been in possession of it at the time.
Somehow I know the time of events.
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know.
Well, she gave it to a booty call.
Wait a minute.
A booty call. I said what I said.
Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. A thirsty gift. Somebody wanted somebody.
Isn't that the question of the day?
Before the lights out bell was rung.
What? In the daylight?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Huh? Huh? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, the defendant wouldn't have been wearing this very hood.
Well.
Dang.
It's not a bad feeling at all exposing contradictions like this.
I appreciate all the crates that she's standing on. Nontan315, thank you for following.
Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
Aw.
But I don't have that happy look on my face because I'm sad all the time.
The only way
I haven't
Edgeworth,
had a happy look on my face since I was 9.
the only way Edgeworth can understand happiness is through Phoenix's face.
Oh.
Yeah.
And yes, the Azel Magia, Marin and Soupy didn't hear it, but when Edgeworth said that's the question of the day, I immediately went to YouTube and found a clip of Harry Osborn from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer saying, "Isn't that the question of the day?" Because
I see.
that scene doesn't exist in the movie, and I assume it's because that line was memed to death.
Order! Order in the kitchen!
Your memory.
Sister. This hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Are you okay?
It just something happened. It's fine. It
Yes.
escaped.
Well,
Something happened. You're like, I don't know why you had to experience something.
I do tend to make too many of them. Too many hoods, too many hoods.
Nerdy Nagol, thank you for following.
I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? A plethora of the, head garments. Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned, if you don't count that copy of Leprechaun in the Hood that she has. Her favorite movie. Then this is quite strange.
I preferred Vegas myself.
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here.
What's this man doing?
He is having a
I'm
monologue.
sorry to break this to you, Ms. Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Come here, fatty. Fatty man. Come
You
here.
won't get away that easy. Come here, fatty. Come here, fatty fat man.
Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Is Barney Gumble from The Simpsons in the court audience or something? Yes.
Sure.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart.
Yeah, there's that garden metaphor again.
We like plants, just come God. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Actually, they need fertilizer, but
Yeah.
contradictory
Stop talking
stimulation.
like that.
This is very sexual, contradictory
I'm going to
stimulation.
fuck a flower.
Yeah. What does that mean? Are you gonna like finger the dirt? I don't.
After my
I'll
bath.
find a way.
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, mystical knees, and with that sword of all things. Mystical Knees was staying in the corner room which faces out onto the courtyard. This is probably a statement that will be important because it talks about specifics. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
Might be that one. Have
That
we looked
one?
at the
Yeah.
autopsy report?
You've met a truly terrible fate, haven't you?
Let's see. Autopsy report.
Probably the folder there, yeah.
10 to 11 p.m. Caused loss of blood from
Oh,
stabbing
yeah.
back. Body fell 10 feet after death.
After death.
After death.
There
Oh.
we go.
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. Yep. And me seeing it all from this very chair. My vivid fantasies are just gonna come up from time to time.
I was like, all right, well,
Something
okay.
like that. Non-specific.
This judge. What the fuck? His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
Does Gumshoe
Whenever
also...
he tells me about his fan fictions about me and him. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness, but I have read some of them and they are quite good. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours?
Oh, I guess
Like
that
he
is
isn't
her
calling
thing.
Phoenix Wright every single fucking time he sees him.
Doesn't he just call him
Phoenix
right?
Wright.
Doesn't he just go
Sometimes
like,
he's-
right?
Sometimes when he shows up, he's just like, Phoenix Wright.
Really?
But then he'll be like, right.
Or he'll just be like,
Right.
that man. So
that man.
Yeah.
That right.
Finished my bath around 11. I thought I should return to the inner
At the
temple.
end.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if there's anything
Yeah.
I want to press. Of noise.
That's another thing I like about the newer games is they have those diamonds that indicate how far you are in the testimony so you don't accidentally skip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is
Which
frustrating.
I do it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to press this just
But
because I'm curious about the sword.
There, go for it.
Hold it.
Masamune is called.
I look like Stone Cold Howard Finkel and Heisenberg from Breaking Bad had a child. You're just listing bald men with goatees.
I did say you look like Walter White, though. This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant.
Because he's Canadian, he's the alternate universe Walter White, where he just lived in a country with universal health care, so he never had to turn to making meth.
But some doubt remains in these claims.
Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to...
If think I'm good looking.
You've got those froth bangs.
All right, well,
think I'm
this is the
cute?
murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw. Don't distract me with my handsomeness. Get as clearly as you can. Go. Tell me.
Okay, I'll go. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. That's me going.
You gotta stop that.
Now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her.
Imagine if Miles Edgeworth reacted that time every time you called him handsome. He's like, bah!
That's what I do, basically.
Something that has been bugging me all this time.
It's how handsome you are.
Please don't keep us in suspense.
Her hood.
Her hood.
That's right. It's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right?
You've done your
You're playing both the defense and the prosecution, and you
And
still
the
managed to do the
soundtrack.
background music. Wow.
I got this game on lock.
You've dug your own grave, not Miles Edgeworth.
What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? I was distracted by your handsomeness. Is this testimony important?
No.
Turn some red.
I'm sure it's important.
Oh, it is?
yeah.
Okay.
It's
I'm
always
pretty
important. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage. Bottoms. I can't see any other lead at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Vampiro, thank Vampiro, thank you for the 5 bits. Every time someone thinks I'm good looking or handsome, I just think, what is wrong with you? Oh, Vampiro. No.
Oh,
that's
no.
I mean, I understand the feeling.
I do that too, but you're not allowed.
Miles Edgeworth. If you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip.
Jesus Christ.
Witness, add that statement to your testimony. Include the part about handsomeness. No problem.
This DILF, this defense attorney I'd like to fuck. Lilf, lawyer I'd like to fuck.
Lilf.
Hazelmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Did she make a statement about the bathtub? She did in the previous testimony, I believe. Not specifically bathtub, but the bath. Now she's added this, but you still think I need to present to this
Well,
one?
press the statement that she added.
Yeah, I'd say press that
Press
one.
this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are sure about that?
Sure about that?
Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. Just like the characters from the video game Final Fantasy VII. Always wear the same clothes. I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself.
Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out.
Like me holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip.
I wish you were holding that instead.
That was a good joke. I haven't made myself laugh that hard in quite a while. At least then it might bite you and not someone else.
I want a dog to bite you.
I hope you get bit.
Iris didn't have her hood on. I'm sure of it. Very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh?
All right. So we'll head to that last statement. Oh, wait. No, wait, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at his bored face. Objection, I suppose.
He's just like, I've been through this 1,000 times before.
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway.
Ryu Kurika,
Phoenix is only really intense about it because he's only done it like 3 times.
Ryu Kurika, thank you for the 10 bits. So, fun fact, I used to hate how I looked until I had my daughter, who has ended up looking so much like me. I can never ever call myself ugly or insult myself ever again without insulting my sweet baby girl, who is adorable. She told me to love myself even just a little. That's very sweet.
Aw,
That's a very sweet
cute.
thing.
cute.
Don't forget that.
I'm glad you're being a good example.
Don't forget that. You know, it's hard to see your own inner beauty. It's hard to see your own value, but it's there. It is there. I can promise you.
Aw.
We're all like cats. There is no ugly cats. And if there is an ugly cat, it's still cute.
So you agree that Cats
True.
2019 is full of cuties?
No.
Oh, please do. My brain is something else. Especially in winter.
Having this conversation about inner beauty. So that the cats and cats are cute, right?
No.
No.
Oh, God.
There are exceptions.
However, I think you are overlooking one thing. You know what made me feel better about myself was I read a thing on, it was like a stupid Facebook meme, and it said, even if 99% of the world thinks you're ugly, there are still literally millions of people who would have sex with you. And I was like, all right, I'm doing okay. So now that
is,
did it.
the question is she hot? Not, would you do her? Respect the game.
Fuck off, Kevin. If someone wants to fuck me, then I'm hot enough. Ms. Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report.
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
This fall.
Ah!
That's right. It says after death right here.
AD, Jesus, baby. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Oh, God!
Order.
Did you just circle her ass?
Order.
Why not?
Why not? There's nothing
I
wrong
guess
with her
it's
ass.
equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I could pick her up and throw her. That'd be kind of hot.
She's charming as hell. I would watch
Yeah.
Advent Children with her.
Yeah.
Yes, I would hang out with her. I wouldn't like objectify her ass though. But
but
you know,
we've
not?
done it to everybody
Never.
else.
Yeah.
I appreciate the equal opportunity ass ogling.
The Azalmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Oh no, we missed it. If you press the if you press the statement about Bikini needing a soak, Francisca gets angry and hits him with the whip, followed by everyone ganging up on him while he wonders why everyone seems to pick on the defense.
I forgot
Oh,
about
buddy.
that.
Wait, who gets whipped?
Miles.
Miles.
Oh, Miles.
I'm glad we missed it though. I don't like. It
I don't
stresses
like
me out
the
to see
whipping.
people getting hurt.
Yeah.
The victim
Miles
was
is my
killed
baby.
and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree?
That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room.
Mr. Snikey, thank you for the 10 bits. Edgeworth, I finally don't have to update the autopsy report to have it help my case this time. And Sion402, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, peeps. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Sion. We're playing Phoenix Wright today. I know it's not the usual day we play it, but we obviously skipped a stream on Wednesday. But welcome. We are playing the first case section of the final case of the game.
And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of a struggle in Ms. Donim's room?
Ah!
Sounds like
She
there's
was
signs of
stabbed.
a struggle there.
She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree?
Game Jean Ralphio for a moment.
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood?
No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Volcanic says, roses are red, they're all in a sort. Now here is the updated autopsy report.
Your whip has caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard.
I assume that's a
Playoff beard.
hockey reference?
Or like
I'm
football.
guessing, yeah.
Canadians don't like football as much as they like hockey, but
Ah,
That's
well,
true.
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this. As I'm
Does
sure
Canada
your
have
honor.
football?
Huh?
Like football that is soccer?
I don't think that's the case in Canada.
Jay Sykes says it's a hockey reference. And oh, sorry, they all grow beards for playoffs. Okay, I wonder why.
Oh.
Huh. Okay.
As I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
when it produces the most blood.
Right at the beginning, you big dolt. Oh, no. Right at the very little blood is actually lost.
Go back. What were you saying about me being a dolt?
I
huh?
was just wanting to make sure you were paying attention, you big dolt. Very little blood is what? At the beginning of the insertion of the knife, there's very little blood. But then, if you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, you pull out the thing that you stuck in, and then all the blood comes pouring out.
Like all your words there.
Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound, like a little Tupperware.
That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
Almond, thank you for the 10 bits. Did Francisca just whip the judge hard enough to draw blood? It seemed to imply as much, yes.
Yes.
We have come to a conclusion then.
That being said, I did buy one of those like cat danglers where it's just a long piece of fabric, and I know how to make it whip sound, so I've just been pretending to be Francisco while I play with
Do you know how
cats.
to make it nay-nay?
I hate you.
The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place.
This removes all of the contradictions.
She's got like 2 crates underneath her.
Order, order, order. I must admit, this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. Huh.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness.
Thank you, Vampiro, for the 5 bits. That's Martin. I don't know exactly what you're referencing, but...
The thing where I said I hate you, probably.
Oh, really?
The nay-nay joke.
Oh, the nay-nay, yes.
Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the truth, please.
She's tiny.
Witness, please, remain standing on the crate.
Don't go selling me short now.
The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony.
I want to do it from down here like she did it.
I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With the whip.
Oh boy. All right, all right.
What is Did Francisco just hit on the witness?
I don't know.
She's
But
like,
she has an amazing ass.
I'm of Sapphic, and I like the chubby ones.
When I
The
looked
tiny chubby ones.
When I looked at the scene, across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. This image is just completely misrepresenting what I saw, really. I've never seen so much blood before. Except in the Advent Children Complete Edition, when Sephiroth stabs Cloud like 1 billion times at the end. It's quite graphic.
yes, they did add quite a bit
Does
of
that
blood.
happen?
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
complete edition.
I've never seen that version.
It
Wow.
has a much extended sequence in because they add a lot more Zack to the complete edition. So there's a
okay,
moment when Sephiroth is fighting Cloud where he does the stab through that they memed with Mario in the the Smash Brothers announcement. And then he proceeds to like lift him up, I think, and like stab him a bunch of times, like straight up in the air. And there's blood everywhere. It's crazy. Like,
and like in the original version, like everyone's very pristine. Like maybe they've got a little smudge on their cheek.
It's
There's
very
no blood. It's
PG.
just a little bit of dirt.
But it's so much blood. It's crazy.
It's a lot more blood.
Yeah, I've never seen that version. I do have that picture of Sephiroth stabbing Mario, though, still as like my Twitter header.
Yeah, as somebody who fucking hated Advent Children when it came out, I will say Complete is much better. Like, it's a much more competent story.
I think when we hang out in real life again, we need to watch Advent Children.
I'm down because I love that movie.
Man, we should bring Rochelle.
So for those of you who haven't seen it, actually, I don't know if it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna open up in the OBS. Never mind. I'll show you in. This is a mild version of what happens. I'll put it in the chat for between us. That's like you don't really see the extent of it there, but that's a hint at how much blood is spilled.
Damn.
All right, Azalmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Who doesn't hit on the witness in this series? That's a good point. And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I love that animation. She looks like one of those games where she pops out of a hole and you hit them with a mallet. Yes, classic whack-a-mole. Whack-a-bikini.
Miles and Phoenix don't flirt with the witnesses. They flirt with each other.
I don't know. Phoenix said that he was going to get to that lady's bottom.
That's true, and he did think that Angel was really hot.
That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And
when I farted.
And when I awoke, Mystic Army was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
So Army is... Who's Army?
The statue.
Oh, the statue.
Army is just the statue, yeah.
I'm an idiot.
The ancestor.
You're good.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection.
Perfectenschlag.
Perfectenschlag. I'm balls deep in it right now. Putting together.
I don't think that was the line.
What did he say?
He does say.
Deep.
He just said he was deep in Perfectenschlag. You added the balls.
Well, I do think that Franziska von Karma has penis envy. I 100% believe that. But
Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth.
But, oh, that's me too. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that.
Nobody's nerfect, says Miles Edgeworth.
Nobody's nerfect.
All right. So what are we?
Nobody's nerfect.
What are we doing here?
I think we're pressing.
Oh, we're pressing. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, K-Dog21.
Sadib, penis envy is 100% a real thing. Have you ever seen those dudes who drive those giant trucks with like the metallic balls hanging off the back end? It's 100% real. At that time, also I have it. Was the victim bleeding?
Just adding that little bit at the end.
Look,
and
I
also
want a penis.
the truck nuts.
I'm non-binary for a reason, god damn it.
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed?
The Azalmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Do you think Franziska's mom also had a whip? Did she? I don't think we know her mom, do we?
Nope, we don't know anything about her mom.
I imagine she probably got divorced soon after, as soon as she got.
I mean, they were rich, so they probably had like show horses and shit like that, like rich people do.
So probably like a horse whip, whatever they
She
call
does
it.
have like young Franziska in Investigations does have like a riding crop instead of like the full length whip.
That's funny. K-Dog21, thank you for following.
Her Hold it.
Hold it.
Think carefully. This is very important.
It's Iris we are talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body.
It might not be conclusive, but
I like a good
This-
conclusive but.
this testimony supports her theory.
The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. We're gonna go forward. There we go.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
Was it cool?
Was it cool?
That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too.
If you had to compare the amount of blood you saw to, say, the extended cut of Advent Children, how much would you say it was?
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. She was completely naked. It was weird.
What? Her clothes were blood flecked as well.
That seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further or just stop doing my job? I just don't know what to do. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding?
Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day.
Like the sword in the stone.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out.
What is happening, woman? Be more specific.
Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony.
You will add these tits to your statement, Moni.
Oh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine.
Well, I appreciate that, K-Dog. Thank you.
K-Dog.
K-Dog.
Smoothly, you say. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out?
That's the fucking tongue
Certainly.
twister.
Yeah.
That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Army.
Gold is heavy, too. How are you going to... I guess the sword might not be the same material.
Mystic Elise was on the ground, and Iris was stooped over her. Stooping
Hey,
is
Ma.
bad. The sword... What's up?
Amon was wondering what accent the judge is supposed to have in Japanese, and my guess was probably going to be like Osakan or something like
Osaka,
that.
yeah.
Probably something like that.
The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. Oh! It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, then she would be King of England, and there would be bleeding.
Nothing out of place here.
I think we do have to present the sword on that statement.
Oh, really?
Is
Yeah.
that really the case?
Let me have a look at this sword.
Hontoni? Hontoni?
Victim's blood and suspect's fingerprints on it. Okay. Why are we
Because it
presenting...
shouldn't. Because I think it
can't.
shouldn't come out smoothly just because it's such a
Because
weird
of this...
sword.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the blades.
It's got
Yeah.
seven shichis. I can't help but feel something about this
Seven
testimony.
sevens.
7 sevens. Can't help but feel something about this testimony is very out of place.
Wildfire VV, thank you for the 50 bits. Thanks for the go-ahead, LK, and thank you. You didn't have to check with me, but I appreciate you doing so. Just wanted to inform anyone who may also be a fan of X the Dark One that he is running a series of streams this week to help cover his living costs following a bout of COVID last month. Any help would be most appreciated. We are just over halfway there. Okay, well, let's give...
Yeah.
I don't know if this will work, but I'll see. Shout out X the Dark One. There you go. So
There it
yeah, you
goes.
could tune into X the Dark One streams, give him some support.
that something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened.
The miracle have happened.
Never have happened.
So let's press and show the sword.
Yes, that one.
I was hoping we could have a copy of Advent Children in the court record so we could be like, you have seen that much blood before.
Specifically like the extended cut version.
Yes.
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. A reliable witness.
The rural
Very
juror.
reliable.
The Azalmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Apparently the Canadian accent was a gag done as a reference to one of the people on the staff who went on to voice Kristoff.
Oh,
In the English version?
sorry, I just read Kristoff and you know.
They're referencing Kristoff with
You
this
think?
Canadian accent.
I think it just
Wow.
happens. I think it sounds like the person who they were
Voices
making fun of
Kristoff.
with the Canadian accent, who probably is Canadian, just happened to also go on to voice Kristoff.
Yeah.
That's funny. Now Kristoff's Canadian. You're gonna have to voice him Canadian.
Who's voicing Kristoff?
I will be voicing Kristoff because
Gotcha.
I have
Yeah.
to.
Gotcha.
That is my
Also-
destiny.
That's her boy.
Mile
Yep.
High B or Milhy B, I don't know how you say this name. Thank you for following. Did you say this line about bikini?
I did. At least I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here.
Well, what do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar.
Well, stop fucking lying.
But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
He just like has just an absolute like sputtering fit as soon as someone calls him handsome.
Yeah. You can't handle it. My
But
only my
it's
daddy used to
only-
call me handsome.
It's only when a woman calls him handsome.
It's because he's so uncomfortable. Stop. What contradictions are you talking about?
Hey, thanks
Oh, Robert 17642. Thank you for gifting 10 subs
Hell yeah.
to Kelfron, to Escar Light, to Get the Reference, to DJ Flash Harrison, to Raz the Giant, to Jack Omsford, to Dim Somniac, to Ogrimmar 45678, to Terabithia Rose, and Master Gurr. Master Gurr. Thank you so much there, Robert. I
Hell yeah.
appreciate that.
Arigato gozaimashita.
What she said. And Ed
In
Stevens
the-
KW, thank you for subscribing for 6 months. You're currently on a 5-month streak. I do appreciate that. Hello, Martin and friends. Hi, guys.
You've got a great butt.
You guys got a great butt. Collectively.
All right. Sorry, go
In
on,
the
Mary.
scene, in the scene that the witness claims to have seen it, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim.
Hey, thanks for the super special
Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. But that shit. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
special awesome gift.
That's right, Evil Sea Monkeys. I think we already did that line, but it was very cute. Hi, by the way.
Hey, thanks for the super special
What do you mean?
Oh, man, it
Explain yourself.
He's like, it feels so good to point out the
Hey, thanks for
contradiction.
the super special awesome gift.
To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this?
Doesn't even have blood up to the hilt.
Right?
Hey, thanks for the super special awesome gift.
No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that, the weak-ass bitch.
E-Man, playing as
Weak
Edgeworth.
sauce.
Playing as Edgeworth is a lot of fun. It's a nice little preview of investigations.
Yeah, I love playing. I love, like, anytime Miles is on screen, I'm just like, yes! It doesn't matter in what capacity, and this is also, like, a full circle to, you know, his father's legacy, so
Yeah.
it's meaningful.
Yeah.
Wait till
Although-
Investigations 2. It's so good.
Doesn't appear. What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose.
The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
My cock wept a little. That isn't the only issue
That's
here.
a fanfiction line.
Super special awesome gift.
Did you say this?
I did.
Sorry, I missed that. Mr. Snikey, thank you for gifting 5 subs to Eric0440, to
Yeah.
Wired
Hey, thanks for the
GCDs,
super
and
special awesome
Mazira, Saber, Hungwok, and Chi Demon. Thank you so much, Mr. Snikey. Thank you.
Honto arigatou gozaimashita.
Hey, thanks for the super special awesome
If this sword
gift.
was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt.
We got
Oh, we got a level 5 hype train. It's time to make him kiss!
Yeah, make up kiss. Man, I didn't even see that going.
Awesome gift.
Yeah, I mean, we're in level 5, but we have reached the 5th level, so I want to see him
Yeah.
fucking
I'm
kiss! And
I'm-
then we'll make him kiss again if we complete the level.
I'm blown away because, like, there was no
Yeah.
hype train, and then there was a level 5 hype train. I think it was because of all the gift subs. Wildfire BB,
Yeah.
thank you for the 50
Probably.
bits. I forgot to mention, if X hits $1,000, he's doing a hot tub stream. So that's an incentive. He's already twerked to Beyonce's Single Ladies when we hit 500. I did see
Nice.
that. I was browsing through his stream and I was like, what happened? And I just happened to fall upon a bit where his ass was shaking in the camera. It was something else. And Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 10 bits. All right, let's get these guys kissing.
Get him kissed.
Yeah.
That's one, and let's do
That
it
level
again.
5 hype train took me by surprise.
I'm so happy. It's a good day if they kiss.
It is a good
Yeah.
day if they kiss. Thank you for making them
Alright.
kiss, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I feel like that's mostly for like our benefit. Because
Yeah.
we just we're just so happy to see him kiss.
I love that when Phoenix kisses Miles, Miles is like, that's right. And then when
Right.
when Miles kisses Phoenix, Phoenix is like, this is so great.
That's why Phoenix is the bottom.
And Koku no Megami, thank you for the 5 bits.
Well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. If we complete this percentage, we'll make them kiss again. Or if we complete this
Yeah.
level 5 hype train. Oh, we got to
We
100
did
again.
it!
Time to make them kiss again.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, thanks
Robert
for the super special
17642, thank you so much for the further 10 gift subs. To Cortain, to Bua Noir, to Maze 101, to Simba Toto, to Niost, or Neost, to Movion, Noblekind 92, Fool King, Scott 9396, and Noxogs. Thank you so much. Let's get them kissing again.
Yeah. Love is love, guys.
Love is
indeed
love.
Loyal love is loyal love.
I
Yeah.
Thanks for the super special awesome gift.
Live, laugh, lawyers, you know?
Thank you so much, Robert. We really appreciate that. Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
I love
Hey,
Phoenix.
thanks for the super special awesome gift.
We also, I'm sorry, I got excited, I wanted to watch it. We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding.
Hey, thanks for the super special awesome gift.
It's true, the bleeding, now that we've made out. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts.
Hey, thanks for the super special awesome gift.
However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. Martin keeps saying he's going to do animations for the other levels of the hype train. I'm going to rat him out so that way you guys hold him accountable.
I know, and I need to make a VOD channel. There's so many things I just...
It's
I-
like level 3, they hold hands.
I had just enough time to make you an overlay for your signing, Marin, so I apologize that I didn't get the other stuff done.
We'll have future opportunities. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I know, I'm not saying it needs to get done now. I'm just saying if the more I talk about it, the more people are going to be like, hey.
Yes. Ed Stevens, thank you for the bit. Phoenix to Edgeworth. I want our first to be a magician. Our first child, I assume you mean.
Boom! Your dick disappeared.
That's not good, Edgeworth.
No, maybe it disappeared inside of something. Hmm?
Oh, I see.
Or
Okay.
somebody.
Some butt.
Okay. Stella Coyote, thank you for the 10 bits. Lovers must love, and shippers gotta ship.
Shipper's got a ship. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop from bleeding. No, wait. Yes. I said it right.
Something like that.
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shichi Shita.
Okay.
Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. Maybe.
Dude, where is Waldo? Thank you for the 100 bits. That got us to all the way to a level 5 hype train. Thank you so much, guys.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys. We got
was
to watch a
awesome.
lot of kissing today.
Yeah.
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You've still got more?
And the level 1 hype train animation be a boot to the head.
My concept of the hype train animations is it's going to be an actual train going and a character interacting with it, like Pearls is outrunning the train, or like it'll have Gumshoe in the train and it'll play the clip of Weenie Man away, into the Weenie Mobile.
Weenie Man away.
Yes.
I hope he's eating weenies. I have
Yes.
the perfect picture for him to be eating weenies.
All right.
This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, much like my penis into Phoenix Wright's bottom, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Much
They're
like
like,
my penis and Phoenix Wright's bottom.
Oh, man.
I'm turning you down a bit while you cough. All right. Get that out of your
Wow.
No.
system? Of course not.
If anything, it
Oh,
is more
Jesus.
entrenched in their system.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
Ah! If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword, much like my no.
It's just, why does he just keep saying it like that?
No.
What?
I don't know what he said.
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that.
But what does all this mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but
Having come this far, there can only be one answer.
And that is?
The weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito.
what?
A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool!
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Army was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the I speak Japanese, what the fuck? It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon.
Order, 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 what?
So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
Gotta think about this with no music. If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
He's like, can you guys turn the background music down? I need to think.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, Namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Where the fuck is it? Perhaps the prosecution could enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
I'm guessing the murder weapon is in the inner temple or whatever, the place where Maya is, but I don't know.
You'll see.
Wait till Shadowbringers.
Wait till Shadowbringers.
Answer the question, Miss Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found.
The sword is shoved up Godot's ass.
Another mystery to throw onto the pile.
He's like, how else do you think I keep from... I don't shit myself in court.
A trial. Oh, jeez.
And that was the plug of swords.
I'm too busy bleeding.
A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible that I was watching the complete cut of the killing rather than the theatrical cut, which has less blood. That just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what?
Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Bacana. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Boy, I'm carrying this shit.
Well, thank you so much for carrying it, Marin.
You're doing great.
I'm like halfway
Location.
through my monster.
Location of the weapon. Are you wanting to continue with the case after the break part, Marin, given that it's a lot of you?
Let's see how we feel at the break.
Okay. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know.
Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
Oh, shit.
A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way down to Dusky Bridge.
Rock Rulin, thank you for the 100 bits. I've really been needing this more than I thought today. Still working for the next hour, and with how much cases have gone up, it's gotten super busy, and the kind of people some of these calls are from is just piling on the stress. I'm so sorry, Rock Rulin. I hope things...
Well, at least it's Friday.
Yeah.
TGIF.
It's Friday. And at least we're having fun.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Glad to have you here, Rock Rulin. All right, we got the tracks photo.
That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The
Oh.
Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter. Have you ever licked a lamppost in winter? Making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
No, why didn't they just throw the body in there too?
Yeah.
Did she really go to the river to Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Got a beatbox.
What are we looking at here?
It's more like fart boxing, I think.
How dare you?
I think we can just present the tracks photo on something.
I saw tracks.
What's the next one? Well, there's only one set of tracks, maybe.
Oh, right, because it would...
There
check
was
the
only
photo?
one set of tracks. I think there
Yeah.
should be 2.
Because she
going
came
there
back.
and coming back, yeah.
Yeah,
So this
Yeah.
just suggests that it was used to come to the temple, not
to come back.
to go anywhere. So it would have taken a
Yeah.
longer time.
I think go ahead, yeah.
I admit this photograph proves something.
He specifically like goes out of his way not to say, "Look at this photograph."
You're already looking.
I know you're looking. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You've gazed upon this fair photo before.
You gotta finish up that PowerPoint for me, Soupy.
I know.
I'm what, 9 quests away? So
I think it's
probably
a little
only
more than that.
well,
but-
either way, only about 2 more
Yeah.
sessions.
You're gonna see
Yeah.
Emmett. You're gonna see Emmett soon.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
The tragically angsty gay man is what I
Yeah,
think.
That
to
is a
expect.
fucking sad dude.
He's so sad.
I'm-
like he just shows
I'm
up as like, oh.
Sad and gay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Who's he gay with? Me or just everybody?
Oh, you.
Just me.
Well, it's like I have another pairing that I like with him,
Okay.
but like no matter who the Warrior of Light is, he's basically in love with you.
All right. All right. Chaotic bisexual.
Yeah, basically.
You
Very
finally-
horrid bisexual.
You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, Dakara, if what the witness says is true, why is there only one set of tracks?
What do you mean?
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boop. Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should have been 2 sets of tracks in the snow.
Unless Jesus was piloting the snowmobile.
That was when
He
I
was just
carried
like,
your
Iris, let me help.
That is
That
when
was
I
when I carried
levitated
your
your snowmobile. Yeah. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back.
Oh, you're right.
Jesus, help hide the evidence.
Huh.
I'll turn it all into fish.
Or wine.
Right, blood.
You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing.
Vampiro, thank you for the 5 bits. Sorry I'm late. Work was murder.
The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't
That's
it?
bollocks.
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered 1 set of tracks.
So
think
that
we
we have
have
a
got
weather
weather
report,
data.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that weather at?
Snow 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning 10 to approximately 11.
Yeah. And I think she said she witnessed the murder at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the
So
lightning
it-
struck
so it
at
already-
10:45.
So it had stopped snowing
Yes.
already.
Yeah, so it had stopped snowing, so there should be 2 sets of tracks.
There's a con.
There
I
is a
think.
contradiction.
Yeah.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Ms. Von Karma, that is impossible.
Dots, would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were... who's saying what?
I was just saying, baka 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 baka
The
baka.
outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma.
That
Mr.
silly
Edgeworth,
bitch.
present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
Throw that weather at him.
Weather,
Take
bitch.
that. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed that crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Dakara, Juichi, G. This. I don't know what the past tense for that is. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct?
Thank you for the 5 bits, Ryu Karika. So this court case is like a sibling fight, huh? Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And Casey is sick nasty. Thanks for hosting.
On that note, please take a look at this data. Deshta, that's what it is. So, Juichi G Deshta. It is
Yep.
the weather report for the Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling.
He's got a lot of personalities here.
You just gotta get through this day. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up with the snow. Ah!
Order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Hey, don't hurt me!
Ribbonfly says, Franziska and Miles never had a good sibling relationship because Manfred probably pit them against each other. And now I'm just imagining Manfred as Danny DeVito. And they're like selling sibling fight DVDs. Anyway,
Miles gets his ass beaten every single one.
Wasn't the child fight...
Franziska's literally, huh?
Wasn't that Arrested Development?
Was it? Oh,
The brothers fighting, the
that's right.
Jason Bateman
Jeffrey
and...
Tambor.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I got my terrible people comedies mixed up. But I do like the idea of Von Karma being Danny DeVito now.
It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things for evidence. What do you think this is, a fucking trial?
Dots.
Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct?
In the past tense?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like,
No. You've got it all
When it was-
wrong.
when it already took place, maybe?
This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. This is a postcast.
Forecast, data, or weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh?
We can be pretty sure. What? How did she pull that off? Well, now you know how we feel, Miles.
Yeah.
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Ha! You can't back down, can you? You're such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed?
Maybe let's look at the crime photo.
No snow falling.
Oh,
Yeah, she
no,
has
I mean,
wings.
no snow on her, but there's snow on other stuff in the background, so maybe that's it.
That's true.
Oh yeah, because if the statue had been moved or whatever, well,
Yeah, or if like if it was still snowing at the time, there should be snow on her.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being whether or not it was snow in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right. But proving that is...
Incredibly easy. Be
What?
If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. Nah, 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 nah. Look at this bitch. She ain't got no snow on her. As you can see, everything is covered in snow, except for her. One
Except for
exception.
this black mage laying here.
And that is...
The victim herself, Ms. Elise Donham. You have eyeballs. Look. Right there. You see her in the middle of the picture? Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing, bitch!
Is that
I
the
said
line?
it.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Boo, 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 boo.
Ah!
Boo, 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 boo.
Order! Order! Just what are you good?
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but
Are you not? Obviously, she was not killed there.
He's just going with it.
I'm still trying to figure it out. This is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were gone.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, it's fucking Larry. It's gotta be fucking Larry. The snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Wait, you
'Cause
think?
he was fixing up that
Oh
fucking shack?
no! So what's happened here? My assumption is Dahlia has shown up pretending to be Iris, has tricked Larry into disposing of the evidence by being like, "Yes, I love you so much," and then he's roped into all this. That's
I don't
my
think
guess.
Larry's that involved,
Oh no.
if I remember correctly.
Okay.
No, he's just kind of there. He's always just kind of there.
Yeah.
Can I say something? This
Hi,
all sounds a bit
Barbara.
fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
Stella Coyote, thank you for the 10 bits. And once again, all this trouble is linked to Larry. Guy is a magnet for bad decisions and fuck-ups. You could say he is a bad decision and a fuck-up.
Yeah.
That is quite a declaration to make about a person.
The snowmobile... It's Larry.
Is it wrong?
I'm not making a judgment on it. Just, reminding the gravity. Saying something was a mistake.
The
It's
snowmobile...
Larry.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. There she goes. Whee! That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple.
That bitch was still there.
I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that isn't possible.
Order, order, order in the court. What does this all mean? Self-driving snowmobiles?
Your mama was a snowblower. So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple.
A fish, a fish, a fishy, oh.
If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've arrived at this point due to the witness. Yes, yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. Well then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? A fucking loser, perhaps. Some kind of giant tool. A dumbass. I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering in that.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless they had something really important to do.
No, that's wrong.
That's a shame. Larbear. Larbear, thank you so much. Sorry, Larbear XD, thank you for gifting 10 subs to Infinitus Ire.
Hell yeah.
To Nega Live Zero, to Renegade Raid, to Pixelinks Me, to Twilight Fox, to Railstorm 2, Magnetic Tide, Keyforge Online Team Events, White Vox, and Witch Hunt 8. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have. I literally did not know that was the beginning of the next sentence, and it was an idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night.
For the super special awesome gift.
Your Honor, I actually have an idea. There may be one individual able to help us, and he's a fucking idiot.
Really?
I know just the moron, Your Honor.
Have I got a baka for you?
You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder.
He saw the snowmobile. I don't know for sure if he saw it or not.
Thanks for the super special
But the bitch was out there. There are 2 things about him that do come to mind. 1, he's stupid. 2, he's stupid.
Thanks for the Billy Lol Leet, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Which are?
He's first that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
Special awesome gift.
And the second being,
He's fucking stupid.
A pleasure to make
This
acquaintance.
individual that I'm thinking of when wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Mr. Edgeworth,
He's my idiot.
who is this idiot you're talking about? Lawrence Donham.
the super special awesome gift.
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Leduc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting.
This is Larry Butts, the student of the victim Elise Donham.
Wildfire Vivi, thank you for the 5 bits. Francisca, I will give you the biggest cheesecake you can ever imagine if you whip Laurie so badly he never stains the human race again. And Vampiro, thank you for gifting a sub to Lieutenant Shanks. And Stella Coyote, thank you for the 10 bits. Only an idiot would be walking around in that cold. That's our Larry. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, straight Larry.
Her stool.
Her student? Interesting. Why was he wandering on the night of the murder?
That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. But it may cost us his credibility as a witness even before I call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason, because he's a fucking idiot.
Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 100 bits. Stop hating on Larry and his 16-inch penis.
I guarantee you, even if he has a 16-inch penis, it's not attached to him.
You added, Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of those hollowed out ones.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man... what exactly was it that he saw?
I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom.
I don't want to see anything extracted from Larry in a courtroom.
I know.
I heard Butts has an 8-pack.
Summon this youth in attack mode immediately.
He's just really ripped.
I have no choice, do I? I have no choice, do I?
I believe he is in the gallery for this trial.
Hitting on women.
Larry!
Hey, yo, Larry!
Larry! It won't take long to summon him. Larry! Where you at?
Very well.
Just hang on a second, Larry. Larry! You may have escaped me yesterday. But today I'm going to get everything out of you.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break while Edgeworth yells the word Larry over and over again.
Larry! I'm sure he's here.
Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Wildfire Vivi, thank you for the 10 bits. I believe you may have misplaced the decimal point, Ninja Warlord. Put it one space to the left and you're on the right track.
1.6 inches.
Hey, now. We don't
That's
penis,
about how big I am, actually.
We don't penis shame.
Yeah, nah. I've got a mighty tiny penis. I love
We
tiny
shame Larry
penises.
because he's an idiot.
We shame Larry.
Yes.
Lots of Larry shaming.
Understood, Your Honor.
And also because he's straight.
And also because he's straight. And he doesn't have... You know what? He wishes he had a penis as big as mine.
Yeah.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess.
So I guess
Shadow
this is the
Moonlight
break.
47, thank you for following. Yes, it does appear to be the break. That's 2.5 hours. So we're probably going for at least another hour and a half to 2 hours, I would imagine.
That's my guess, yeah.
How do you feel, Marin? What do you want to do?
I think we can call it.
Okay.
What do you
Okey-dokey.
think, Soupy?
I mean, I'm down either way.
I'm happy
What
to
about
call
you're
it.
the one who has to do most of the talking.
You were
Marin,
already
so-
getting pretty tired, it sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired.
Okay. I'm happy to call it there. And we're going to play again on Sunday in 2 days. So it's not like I
Yes.
have to wait very long.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to save that. All right, guys. We are going to call it there at that break. We're not going to continue reading. Thank you for joining us today. Marin, you have a huge stream tomorrow. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yes. So tomorrow I'm going to be streaming on my Twitch from 1 to 3 p.m. PST. I'm going to be doing a signing with Laura Post and Ben Diskin tomorrow afternoon. And we all have a bunch of prints up on our respective Streamilies. Mine is streamily.com/Marin Miller. And then Ben Diskin is Ben Diskin and Laura Post is Laura Post. So it's pretty straightforward. But we're going to be hanging out and signing prints together. And if there's enough time or quiet, and like, you know, if we have a lull, we might play a game or something like that together. So Make sure you tune in, say hello, and check out my prints. They're all really good. And also make sure you check out the new fic like little side story. It's called Risk. Oh shit, I think Risk Taker by The Pursuit. It's like a little side story to The Folly of Youth. But yeah, tomorrow, Streamly, 1 to 3 p.m. Also tomorrow, 9 p.m., Pirate Princess. I am playing a pirate called Ching, and I'm debuting 9 p.m.
Very
Pirate
exciting.
Princess.
That's a big day for you then.
Yeah.
On
so
Adult Swim, right?
on Adult Swim, yeah. So make
know the
sure you
time
check
slot?
me out in the afternoon, get my autograph, and then watch me on TV.
What time's your show on, Pirate Princess?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.? Keep
Mhm.
an eye out, guys. It's a big weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Ryu, Kurika, thank you for the 5 bits. It's been a fun stream. Love you all. Take care. Have a good night. See you next time. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Soupy, was there anything you wanted to say before we sign off here?
Just thanks for joining us. I'm super excited to continue this case.
Heck yeah. We are
Yeah.
going to raid X the Dark One because, as Wildfire Vivi said, he is streaming a lot this coming week to help raise funds for their household because he had a COVID bout recently and he's obviously missed a bit of work for that. But we're going to raid him. Hopefully, if you can give him some support, please do, but don't feel obligated to. I'm just trying to encourage people to check out his stream and hopefully support him if they can.
Yeah.
But only if you can. And we'll be back again with more Phoenix Wright on Sunday. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm streaming because Marin's going to be doing their signing, and I prefer not to draw any attention away from their stream. But I'll keep you updated
You could
in
host
the Discord.
my stream.
I absolutely could host your stream, but that wouldn't require me to stream to do that. But yes, I might not stream tomorrow just to help Marin with their stream. But Sunday we'll be back with more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. It'll be the same gang. It'll be all three of us. And Monday I'll be back with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. But aside from that, please enjoy X the Dark One stream, and we'll see you later. Take care.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Give it a sec here. Ooh. All right, let's raid.
Ray.
And